So I'm gonna share my screen with you guys.
Maybe I'm cheating.
Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
You got a whole stage there, it looks like.
I know. All right. So to get started, obviously you guys know who I am, but for the recording, I'm gonna act as if it's not just you guys. But my name is Danielle. I have been a wellness advocate with doTERRA for almost 6 years. Married, have 2 kids, 1 on the way, and I started Essential Oils to work on helping my allergies. So I started with buying lemon, lavender, peppermint, and trying to get rid of taking allergy medicine, and that was something that sparked my interest right away. But my intention tonight is to help you guys understand the power of essential oils and some different things that I think are really important. So we will get started. Maybe. Okay. So intentions for tonight are I'm going to teach you 3 cool things about essential oils, 3 ways to use essential oils, sharing maybe some experiences you guys might have had already, the different options to get started on your essential oil journey, and then a little bit about the business and another little sharing session that I have to teach you. There's my family.
So cute.
All right, so the 3 cool things that I'm going to teach you about are all broken down here, but I'm going to do each one separately. So the first is that they are 100% natural and safe. Can't see here. There's nothing added to any of our oils or taken away from any of our oils. They're pure essential oils with no side effects and no addictions. They're safe for babies, children, adults, and the elderly. The oils are extracted from plants that have some pretty strong health benefits. A pure oil is about 50 to 70 times more powerful than an herb. And for an example, like 1 drop of peppermint essential oil is equal to drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. So they are very potent. So we always say less is more. You can always add more, but until you have that type of experience, you won't understand. If you have peppermint oil, you can do this, but you can put a drop on the end of your thumb and put it on the roof of your mouth, or you could put it in your hands, which me and my mom have done this one. Put a couple drops in your hands and put them over your face and take like a big breath in. But it's like a good energy booster and can clear your sinuses too, depending on if you put more than 1 drop. But it's a good thing to show you just how strong they are. But what I love about these oils, and I'm only speaking for doTERRA products tonight in case that is a question for anybody, but the CPTG standard, which stands for Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, means that the oils are completely pure and potent. We put our oils through a couple tests to be able to have that certification, but it means that there's no foreign contaminants or fillers. Potent means that each plant was grown in a part of the world where that plant grows best, resulting in the absolute best chemistry. When you have the ideal natural chemistry, the essential oil extracted does exactly what you want it to do for your health. And I always tell people to go on YouTube and search doTERRA Co-Impact Resourcing, and they're videos that doTERRA has put on YouTube to show you like where the products have came from, but they're very interesting to see how they're extracted and made and everything. So what is the first cool thing about essential oils? You two have to answer, one of you. What was the main topic?
They're pure,
Yes.
100%.
Yes. So you get a free sample. And it's deep blue, which I don't think we've tried that one. And this was actually in our BOGO today. What? What'd you say?
Mm-hmm.
But it's good for pain.
Oh, I said that's awesome.
Yeah. It's good for pain, and inflammation, sore muscles, or just sore feet. You can apply it for just about everything. So I will save that for you. All right. The second cool thing is that they are more effective than modern approaches to health problems, which I'm all about a natural option, but I do believe obviously in going to medical help if you need it. I work in the medical field, but I'm just going to simplify everything here to kind of go through like a little bit of a biology lesson. So if you put your hand in a fist, like let's say that's the cell in your body, we know that cells have oily cell membranes, and the cell membrane protects the cell. It keeps all the good things in and all the bad things out. Now, two of the things that are harmful to our cells are bacteria and viruses. Bacteria is usually formed on the outside of the cell, and viruses duplicate the DNA on the inside of the cell. So all you have to remember when thinking about this is that the bacteria is on the outside and viruses are on the inside. And let's just say you went to the doctor with a bacterial infection. Most of the time they're going to recommend an antibiotic, which after taking that for 7 to 10 days, it's probably going to clear up the infection, but comes with symptoms afterwards. Your stomach would hurt. Your hormones could be all messed up. Your immune system could be also confused. Now, if you had a virus, or like the cold or the flu, they would just tell you rest, relax, drink water, let it run its course. And the reason why is because most of the modern recommendations are water-based and are synthetic, and they come with different side effects and addictions, but water and oil don't mix. So if the recommendation is from the doctor is water-based, you're gonna have a hard time penetrating the cell membrane to stop the duplication of the virus. So essential oils are just a different option, that they are oil-based, which means they can permeate that cell membrane and they can work on a cellular level without side effects, and they can combat bacteria on the outside of the cell and prevent the duplication of viruses on the inside. That is why they are often more effective than the modern approach to health problems, but it's just being consistent and using them. Like it's not going to be one application and then everything's all better. But that is interesting.
That's very interesting.
Isn't it? So,
Mm-hmm.
what was the second coolest thing? The topic.
Well, I like that. I've never heard that analogy of the bacteria on the outside and the viral on the inside.
Yeah.
And that's why the oil I've never heard it put that way.
Right. But it was just more effective than modern medicine. But I will give you a sample. You don't want that one. How about digestin? Unless you want oregano, I have that one in there, but no one ever wants that one. Digestin.
Okay.
which I think you have that one, but it's good for stomach issues. And it's a sample size, so you can put it in your purse.
Okay.
All right. So the third coolest thing is that they are cheaper than traditional medical care, which, and an example for that is, what is everybody's copay if you want to share? Mine's usually like $25 every time we go to the doctor's office.
Mine's 20.
Is it 20? Okay.
Mine's 30.
Okay. And then if the doctor gave you an antibiotic, that's an additional fee. Like ours isn't usually too bad, but some people pay quite a bit for different scripts to be filled.
Mm-hmm.
But a good example for using essential oils in a situation like this, where if a child had an ear infection, you could rub 2 drops of lavender and 2 drops of melaleuca or tea tree around their ear and put them to bed. 12 hours later, usually it relieves their ear pain and issues. And just those 4 drops cost about 64 cents to apply. Now, whether it costs now, whether it costs you $20 for the copay and the prescription, essential oils are still less expensive than the gas that you took in your car to get to the doctor's office. If you work, whether or not you had to take the day off for the emergency, but we also have to take into account that the antibiotics that you might have gotten could wreak havoc on your stomach. I know with the kids, Colton always has stomach issues after he's on meds. But then you would then be buying like a probiotic or something to be on for 2 weeks, which is more money that you're spending.
And I do agree on the ear thing. And it works on adults also,
Yeah.
not just kids.
Mm-hmm.
We've used that.
It is crazy. And we save in our home as much as possible for medical costs just because of the essential oils. One of like my main things in the last couple of years is to try to replace stuff that I might have that's like toxic or like cleaning products. I've tried to make my own cleaning products, but even like our medicine cabinet, switching over to stuff that is more essential oil based. Will I always use essential oils? I'm gonna try, but if I need something a little bit stronger, then I'm gonna have to do that. But this picture is just an example of like some uses. Like lavender could be used in place of Neosporin, Tylenol, Aleve, Motrin, or any sleeping aids. Lemon, you could also use that as the Tylenol or Motrin, children's Tylenol or Motrin. Throat lozenges, Mylanta, Tums. Peppermint is good for headaches. It's good to add a drop to your water in place of energy drinks. And also Tylenol, cold, Sudafed, Zyrtec, Claritin. So those are just some examples. So what was the third coolest thing?
That it's
Yeah,
cheaper.
it's cheaper.
Yeah. So we already got that one. I'll give you a sample of frankincense, Courtney. So that one's a good one for a lot of things. You can use it for headaches. I use it under my eyes, like after I wash my face, to help with like sleepy eyes, which I'm sure you have right now.
Time.
I have them too. So the next section we're going to talk about is 3 ways to use essential oils. So the first is aromatically. So if you take but you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you take your fingers and pinch right above the bridge of your nose, like under or right at the top of your nose, that is where your olfactory nerve is, which anything that you smell in, this nerve sends messages to the limbic system in your brain, which then sends messages all over the body. And sometimes people think it's that essential oils could affect, or it's hokey that just by smelling them that would do anything. But an example of that is like when you're in the hospital, you're having surgery. Before they put you under, they give you a gas through a mask. And once they start it, they'll say to count to 10. And do any of us honestly reach number 10? I know I have not in my future or my past. But when you breathe those synthetic compounds through the mask, your olfactory system is powerful enough to send signals to your body to knock you out in under 10 seconds. It's the fastest way to access the brain, and this happens exactly the same way with natural compounds found in essential oils. When we breathe in the natural compounds, they hit that nerve, and the nerve sends the signal to the limbic system, which in turn sends signals to the rest of the body, and this can happen in as little as 30 seconds. There are a few ways to use essential oils aromatically. You can put a couple drops in your hand and breathe them that way, or like I mentioned with the peppermint oil, or you can put them in a diffuser, which we do that every day, or you can smell the oil right from the bottle. So if you have something handy, you can do this, but just smelling it from the bottle or putting it in your hands, just when you do it, just think about how you feel after. A lot of people use wild orange, which is why I put this one in there, as like a calming oil that they always keep in their purse. Like if they feel anxious or stressed or sad or whatever, they use wild orange. Take an inhale from just smelling it out of the bottle, and they feel relaxed, which it is a good one, and it does smell good.
I've used that in my water before too.
Yeah, it's good to have in your water too. So, what was the first way to use essential oils?
Aromatically.
Yes. So, you get a lemon, which we both use that in our water, but it's a good detoxifier. And it's good for energy, keeps you hydrated, and it also helps stabilize your blood pressure by drinking it through your water, which is always good. So the next way to use essential oils is topically. So you can apply these directly to your skin. For children and people that have sensitive skin, you want to dilute them with a carrier oil. I usually use fractionated coconut oil, which is the liquid form of coconut oil, not the, it won't work. You can use it if you get it like out of a jar of the hard, but don't ever make like a roller. I had somebody recently say that they made a roller with that after they melted, and then it just hardened in the roller. So it's just as effective to use with the carrier oil than it is just to take a drop out of the bottle. It just takes a little longer to absorb, but you can apply the oils to your feet, your hands, like anywhere directly on the spot that you're having an issue with. And this includes babies and kids. It's not going to bother them. You just have to dilute it more as kids are younger. But the pores on your feet are really big, and the oil absorbs very quickly into the bloodstream. So it's a great way to get the oils in your system fast. Do you guys have any, do you apply any, you apply some on your feet, Mom, don't you? Like what do you use them for that you apply on your feet?
Allergies is what I originally started. I used to take an allergy pill every single day, and I don't have to do it now. I just do it more seasonally, but once I used it every day, you know, sometimes morning and night. And I just put it like where it shows, like we looked at the reflexology thing
Yes.
where it shows all the where you know where you should apply it on your feet, and then yeah, that.
Yeah.
And so I used to just put it under my toes, and I mean I don't take allergy medicine anymore, and you can't fake like congestion or, you know what I mean? I used to wake up every single morning congested or, you know, feeling like I was all stuffed up.
Right.
And you can't, I mean, that's the only thing I can think of because you don't stop having allergies. So that it helped me. That's what I've done. And then I just use like peppermint. I use daily kind of stuff. I use peppermint if I have a headache. And it does, it's, you know, it's kind of unbelievable at first when you first use it for the first time, but it really does work.
Yeah. So I put the hand and the foot reflexology chart up here. I don't usually use what? Did you say something?
I didn't hear
that.
No.
Oh, okay. So I usually always use the foot because depending on what I'm touching, I don't want to put like peppermint on my hand and then go touch the kids, because once you get it, I mean, if it's on your finger and you apply it somewhere, that's fine, but you don't want to get it like near your eyes or any of that. So I usually always put stuff on my foot, but where on this chart where like all the body, like the organs and all that are, that's where you would apply the oil, and that's like on a daily basis or as you're having issues. But it's pretty interesting like how everything works by that. All right. And then the last way to use essential oils is internally, which there's lots of articles and opinions on this. Because doTERRA has the CPD or CPTG standard, that means that their oils are medicinal grade and they're completely safe to ingest. There's a lot of other brands out there that don't have that standard on their product. So in that situation, I would not inhale any of the other ones. Hi, Ellen. But you can put them in, like some people put like a drop of a copaiba or frankincense right in their mouth, like under their tongue, but you can drink them in your water. And if you don't like the taste, they sell like little veggie capsules that you can put like a couple drops of each oil, like with the allergy medicine that I take. I put like 2 drops of lemon, lavender, and peppermint in a capsule, and I take that. But it's like you're making your own little remedy. So that's a good way to do that. And some other things that they have that you can take internally are, there's a lot of different supplements. I use their lifelong vitality vitamins, which is like a multivitamin, but I use that as my prenatal. But they have like On Guard soft gels made already for immunity. Copaiba is one of our oils, and that's in a soft gel. They have Deep Blue in a soft gel. There's a bunch of different ones, but our oils are safe to take internally. And now, Mom, you just shared, if you want to share something else, you can. But I was just opening this up to, if you have used a product already and you've had a good experience with it, and you can share here. Have you used anything for it besides using? What?
My Breathe and On Guard just came today in the mail.
Okay.
Oh.
So you'll
you'll like those. I the On Guard, like if I have a sore throat, I'll even just put that, like for the kids you might have to dilute it, but for me I just like put it right on my throat.
This is right here.
And then I have the On Guard like lozenges and the Breathe lozenges. dog likes those.
Mom, show your face so that Owen can see you.
Oh,
I can't figure out.
hi,
There's
Owen.
no-
Oh, and look, I got my striped Christmas jammies on.
better candy. Isn't that funny? Keep being shy now.
We know you're not shy, silly.
No better.
You're not fooling us.
There's no.
Um,
Hi.
Hi, Noah.
Go back.
so before I get into this, this is more on how to purchase, but before I get to that, I just wanted to like talk about, I know that the information I did share was sometimes it can be an eye-opener for people. They didn't really understand the power of essential oils, but if you're thinking like this is way more than I had imagined, doTERRA just wants to support you with essential oils on your journey. And my goal isn't just for you to buy like a tea tree or a deep blue for pain. They do offer, they like us to share that they have different things to offer everybody to live a more natural lifestyle. So if something comes up, whether it be cold, flu, allergies, instead of reaching for medicine, you would have a whole little kit of natural options. But I will get to the kits, but they have put some out that are new to get everybody started. And the way that they put those together is that it usually, or it is cheaper to purchase a kit than it is to buy each of those products separately. But first off, we'll talk about 3 ways to purchase essential oils. So the first one is retail, which no one usually buys this method because it's something like you would buy from the pricing wise, it's what you would buy at like if you were at a chiropractor office, a spa, or more of a professional setting. It's the most expensive way to purchase your oils. Wholesale is like having a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership where you have an annual pass basically to get your products at the best prices, which both of you guys have a wholesale membership. And that membership allows you to have 25% below the retail price. And then below wholesale is the way I buy my oils as a wellness advocate. And I'll share a little bit more about that later. But the kits that are newer, we've always had kits, but they've changed them up a little bit. So this is the Natural Solutions kit. It's a good one to get started. It has all of the most important oils, a 10-hour diffuser, the digestive enzyme supplement and probiotic supplement to support gut health. It has the On Guard products and the soap and the soft gels, and then the supplement trio like the Lifelong Vitality I was talking about. But this kit itself saves $251 basically by getting it at wholesale price. The next one is the Healthy Home kit, and that one you still get like the top 10 essential oils, the new Brevi diffuser, so that's a 10-hour diffuser, and then On Guard sanitizer and soap, and the cleaner, concentrate, toothpaste, and then the shampoo and conditioner. And then that one saves you about $90. This is the Healthy Habits kit, which is an awesome one to get started with the Lifelong Vitality supplements, but it also has 5 of our top oils, and then the probiotic and the digestive enzyme supplement and the deep blue rub. And that one saves about $75 to $76. This one is like one of our basic ones, but it gives you the top 10 oils in the 10-hour diffuser. Saves you like $25 off the wholesale cost. And then this is another good option that they just started. They never really have had a smaller kit, and some people I feel are overwhelmed when they're looking at all the kits and the pricing. But
Yeah.
it just has the Deep Blue, the Lemon, the On Guard, and the Serenity to get started. So that's a really good, and I think it's like 105, but it waives your wholesale membership. So that's a good one. So now I am going to talk about the 3 different types of people that like usually show interest in essential oils. So first type, the person, everybody's usually excited, especially nowadays. I feel like everybody's trying to lean more towards like a natural solution lifestyle. And when you learn about the power of essential oils, you can't wait to share your products with your family. And doTERRA supports this person by providing free monthly education. The second type of person may be sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, my mom needs this oil, or a friend needs this oil, or they might want to learn about this. And you naturally want to share what you love. And doTERRA supports this person through a generous system to reward people who share the products. As these people consistently share over time, they have their oils they purchase paid for each month. We like to call this free natural health care, and there are thousands and thousands of people all over the world who are currently receiving free natural health care from doTERRA. And then the last type of person has been watching me teach this class thinking, that's what I want to do. I want to change lives through educating about the power of essential oils. doTERRA rewards this type of person through a generous compensation plan. As these people educate others about the power of essential oils, they can earn to supplement or even replace their income so they become financially free. And then I was going to share a big thing that I used essential oils for, and one big thing, like initially was my allergies, but as I got into it, I had really bad eczema a couple years ago, and my biggest thing was probably that I needed to change my diet, which I did do that. And I feel like once I got pregnant with my son too, things had changed a little bit. But there was a time that I had eczema all over my hands and like up my arms, and going to work every day using hand sanitizer and wash my hands every day did not help. Being out in the sun didn't help at that time. And it drove me crazy. People saying, oh my God, what's on your hands? And not knowing like what it actually was. So I found a lot of different ways to fix that by using essential oils. The biggest thing was changing my diet. And I just found a couple products that worked for me. And by doing that, I mean, I don't have any issues right now. I don't think it's ever as bad as it was. I know, Mom, you had seen it before.
Right.
But it used to be so bad I could barely wear like my wedding ring on my hand. But I have, just by having essential oils and using different products, taking vitamins, and trying to eat healthier has changed that for me. So this part of the class, if everybody has paper or phone or something by them, I usually, like, I would do this in person too, but writing down 3 health challenges that you might have, and that includes like anything emotionally and physically. It could just be 3 health challenges for in your home, not just with you, but 3 things that you think you could do, like 3 things you think something essential oil wise would help, or you might not even know that at this point, but you can write them down, and either keep them to the side and I can talk to you about that later, then we can find different products to work on that, And then if you want to share, you can share, but you don't have to. And then you guys are both enrolled, but if anyone wants to enroll based off of the kits that I shared, I'm willing to get you guys going on that journey. So please message me after you watch this recording. And then the other thing is I am offering classes at this point. So something I'm doing is offering these little keychains. So they have something that you can keep in your purse, and it's like a little sample holder. So just by holding a class, whether it be the same class or it could be something that we do like a basic class and then like a make and take for people, I'm offering that you would get this empty if you wanted to book something, and then I would keep the little vials in it, and if you, let's just say you have 8 people show up to your party, then I will fill the sample keychain with 8 samples as a gift for having a little class. And there's lots of different themes too. If you didn't want to do like a basic one, or maybe just a little intro, you could, or you could focus more on one thing like seasonal allergies, sleep, or we could just do make and takes. That works too, or a basic class and make and takes. And then just to do like a little basic information about like what I do with doTERRA. They always have based our company off of a story, and I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, but I'm just going to read it to you. And it says, "Are you ready for financial freedom?" And it says, "There was a man who hauled buckets of water for a living. Every day he hauled water from the nearest source to the village miles away. If he wanted to make more money, he would simply work longer hauling the buckets. After many years, he grew weary of hauling the buckets, and then inspiration came. If he used his spare time to build a pipeline, he eventually could be free from hauling buckets. So he labored diligently for a few years to build this pipeline. The day he turned on the spigot, everything changed. He successfully created an unlimited supply of water, an improved lifestyle for the villagers and himself, resulting in an abundant financial pipeline. So many people spend their lives trading hours for dollars and lack of fulfillment or sense of purpose. But with doTERRA, anyone can choose to create time, energy, and financial freedom through building a lasting residual income pipeline." So it gives a couple of little things here. For hauling buckets, you're trading hours for dollars. So once you leave work, you're done working. We're building a pipeline. You could put in your time for work, but once you are done for the day, you're still making money because of the pipeline that you've built. If you're hauling buckets, you could be limited on advancement and earnings. We're building a pipeline. You have no limits on advancement and earnings. And then if you're building a pipeline, you have your own way, you're choosing your own schedule. You're not on a time crunch. And for a hauling bucket situation, you're building someone else's dreams, where building a pipeline, you could build your own dreams. So this picture on the screen is kind of how they teach us with doTERRA how to get things started. So 3 key things that you do as a wellness advocate is use your doTERRA products. And that took me a long time. It didn't take me a long time, but I chose to use my products for a while before I thought about going into making it more of a business. But sharing doTERRA, which I do all the time, and then teaching others about the company and the products. And if you do those things, the way, like, you're preparing everything, inviting, presenting, and enrolling, and then you're creating a team and a community. And as you create that team and community, your pipeline has begun. So you're getting people started and everybody's continuing on. So the other part is just a basic overview of the compensation plan. So initially you could want to start oils because you want them paid for so that you don't have to pay for them. And doing that by getting a team going would take this is just like all by assumption here, but 3 to 5 hours a week of working could get you an income of $365 a month to around $939 a month. And it's all based off of how much time you're putting in, getting people enrolled. And it increases as you go on. So 10 to 15 hours a week, you could possibly be supplementing your income and earning from $939 up to about $5,000 a month. And then as you increase 15 to 30 hours a week in that type of situation, that's like a couple years down the line from getting going. And you could make from the 5,000 up to 16,000 a month, and some people are making even more than that. It's crazy. And there's a lot more to it, but I don't want to get into that because it's confusing. But some other like business success stories. One of my upline leader, she was a social worker at DHS here in town, and she has built her business with doTERRA, and her husband is a firefighter, and she was just able to quit her job as a full-time social worker and stay home and homeschool her kids and be home to still work her business because of how much she has put into her business. But there's a lot of people that have even like way up higher in our upline. This girl started her doTERRA business and got it far enough along with the help of her husband that he then retired from his job. So, and now he works with doTERRA also. So there's lots of different scenarios. Some people even just do it to have their oils paid for, to have money towards a car payment, but I just wanted to share that with you guys. And I think that is it. Does anybody have questions?
So you can taste the oil when you put it in the water?
You can. The peppermint, I feel like tastes really good. Like I have lemon in my water right now. And don't you feel like, Mom, that it took a little bit to get used to? Like it doesn't taste like fresh squeezed lemon. It's not as sour, but it's something that you can get used to. I don't know if that bothers you or not.
I mean, you have to start out with like maybe 1 or 2 drops at the most because it is very strong.
Yeah.
And when you put too many in there, too many come out and you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, I don't mind it, but I use things obviously that I don't mind, like lemon, orange, peppermint. I don't think I've ever, maybe wintergreen.
Yeah.
I might have done wintergreen.
Well, and we make that tea too, and that one's a hard one.
Which one?
The tea that we've made.
Which tea?
The immunity tea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one has a couple stronger ones like copaiba and turmeric, which don't smell good to begin with. So
turmeric's terrible.
It smells like soup, unfortunately.
But it doesn't taste like that.
It doesn't. But I have a hard time if something smells bad. It's hard for me to drink it.
Right.
Yeah. So if you like those flavors, you shouldn't have any problem. But if you're, if you're not a lemon fan, I wouldn't put lemon in your water.
Okay.
It's good though. You would like it. So.
Hi, Owen.
See how